It's only 2 games gone. I have to keep telling myself it's only 2 games gone. Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions for another review of another Oxford United game. Today it's the first home game of the season. United are at home to Sunderland. So defeat on the opening day and dumped out of the cup by Watford in midweek. Let's see if Oxford can get their league season up and running with a win against the Sunderland side who... I can't even remember the last time we beat Sunderland. I remember one of the first games I went to as an Oxford fan. We beat Sunderland 3-0. That was way back, early 90s we're talking. Can anybody else think of a time we beat Sunderland? Put it down in the comments if you do. But we're going to jump straight into team news. Obviously, Josh Ruffels was injured, so a bit of a change around from Oxford and a change of formation, which I'm quite pleased about, actually. Obviously, Clare starts at right back, which means Long has to go over and play left back, so he's out of position. As we all know, that's the case. They haven't brought a left back in. They haven't brought a winger in. Atkinson's red card last week was overturned, so he starts at the back. But John Mousinho did pick up a knock in the League Cup, so that's another injury to add to the list. Marcus McGuane misses out, and Oxford start with Derek Osei up front, which is good to see. I personally would have gone with Dan Adjie. What does Dan Adjie have to do to get a game out of Carl Robinson, or a start out of Carl Robinson? But Derek Osei plays up front with Matt Taylor. I mean, what is happening here? 2 up front for Oxford? Is this the EFL trophy or something? What is going on? But I like it. I've been talking about Oxford playing 2 up front for a while. Osei up front with Taylor means the midfield's more of a diamond, with Kelly at the back, and then you've got Sykes and Brannigan on like the flanks, and then Henry at the top of the diamond there. Let's see how it works. I'm really intrigued to see how Oxford get on with this formation. Sunderland, well, you know, they are the powerhouse team in this division, and you just look at their starting lineup and you can see why. 2 changes for them. They're the side that started with a 1-1 draw last weekend. Graham and Ledbetter come in, and just when you say those names, especially Ledbetter, you can see the quality of what opponents you're up against. And obviously, you know, the player we're always going to look at from an Oxford point of view is Chris Maguire, who... you know, we love Chris Maguire, don't we? 7 in a row and all that jazz. But both sides fancied for promotion this season. Neither side started with a win. A good test for both teams. Let's see how we get on. And I've got to say, it's a test we failed again. It's a second straight defeat for Oxford United. It's a defeat by the same scoreline that we lost to Lincoln by. Yes, it was. Oxford United 0, Sunderland 2. And a performance which you can say was okay at times, at best. Boy, we fell down to a Sunderland side who largely outplayed us, could have scored more goals, and you always felt had another gear to go into or had an extra level to go to if they needed to. It's a poor start to the season, folks, and it's carried on here. Usual things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Oxford looking weak at the back, and we're going to look at them being labouring while in possession of the ball and not really creating too much. Weak at the back, almost straight away, we nearly conceded, just like we did at Lincoln last week. Cross comes in, no one marking the guy at the back stick. He heads it all the way across the goal, hits the bar. Oxford get away with it. At the first throw into the game, or the early proceedings of the game, I should say, it looked like Sunderland was only a matter of time before they scored. However, there were little hope spots in there for all you wrestling fans out there. There were little hope spots that we were going to pull this one off. The first one came from Taylor with a pretty aimless ball from Mark Sykes, which Taylor turned into a really good ball with a header. And it looked like he beat the keeper and it bounced along the goal and it looked like it was going to go in. But I don't know if it was the spin on the ball or the wind just took it slightly wide. And those are those margins we're just not getting at the moment. Game did settle down a bit in the first half after that. Wasn't a fantastic performance from either side. Weren't really any efforts that Eastwood have to save, and probably Oxford had the best chance through James Henry after those opening 2 chances. Rob Atkinson, who actually looked really good when he ran with the ball out from defence, probably one of the only players that actually wanted to drive forward. Drove forward, got to the edge of the box. I was screaming, shoot, shoot, but he laid it off to Henry, and Henry's side foot shot went straight to the keeper. He should have done better from that, but at least it was Oxford creating something, and there was a lot of hope then. We went in at 0-0 that we could get something out of this game. But then the second half started. And then the second half started. It couldn't have gone any worse from Oxford's point of view. Sunderland scored pretty much straight away at the start of the second half. Clare gave the ball away. Sunderland broke on us. It went into the box. Oxford players just standing still. It ping-ponged around a few Sunderland players before it went to 0-9 at the back post, who was unmarked. Of course he was unmarked. Why mark players? And he just side-footed it past Eastwood into the goal. 1-0 down. Oh, God. Frustrating. So frustrating because it just doesn't look like we're going to get back into the game. And from then on I have to say, how Sunderland didn't make it 2-0 earlier than they did, I don't know. They had countless times they seemed to get balls across our box, balls into the area, looking dangerous every time they went forward. It seemed like it was only a matter of time before that second goal came. There was a couple of times where Oxford did all right in this game. Robinson made a change and he brought Dan Adjie on, and I don't think he likes Adjie, does he? Let's just say that now. I don't think Carl Robinson rates Dan Adjie to the point of him starting a game. Derek Osei didn't do great. He came off. Adjie came on, and you know what you're going to get from Adjie. He's erratic, but he's going to at least run at people. And that's exactly what he did. He caused some problems, asked some questions. He probably should have won a free kick on the edge of the box. Then Oxford did create a decent chance with Taylor playing the ball into Sykes. Sykes went a little bit wide and his shot just went wide, but that was like the chance that Oxford could have got back into this game. But pretty soon after that, Sunderland snuffed it out. And it was Lyndon Gooch, the man who scored the penalty for Sunderland in the opening day 1-1 draw last season. He was the one who got the goal. He came on as a sub. It was, from a Sunderland point of view, it's a great goal. From an Oxford point of view, it's shit. I've got to say that. He just ran through three people. He hasn't done anything special. He hasn't shown like blinding pace. He's got the ball and he's just ran through three people. Atkinson, Moore and Clare just haven't bothered tackling him. He's got through to Eastwood and he side foots it nicely past Eastwood. Very good goal. Well done to Sunderland. They thoroughly deserved it. Those guys who travelled down and stood on their van to watch in the car park, I salute you. I commend you. What great effort to come down and watch Sunderland, and they thoroughly deserved the win. And I have to say, they looked a class above Oxford today. They looked like a side that should be playing in a higher league, and that's not easy to take. I don't know whether you put it down to injuries, I don't know whether you just put it down to early season form or a lack of fitness, but this is a poor start, and Oxford look miles away from the promotion contenders that they should be. I know it's only early doors in the season, but you just look at the game next against Accrington, you know that's going to be a really hard battle, and I debate at the moment whether the players are good enough to get through that. But as always, we do live in hope, and let's hopefully that some players can come in to improve this side. We need some pace desperately in the team, and we need some more strength at the back as well. Hopefully those changes will come in and we don't have to wait till the very last second of the window, but I have a feeling that we will have to wait to just try and scramble some loan players on the last day that the window closes. So disappointment again, Oxford fans. Leave your comments down below. I love all the comments. Thank you so much. And especially the guy who helped me out with how I made a balls up on my thumbnail last week, and I quickly changed it. I appreciate that so much. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the notify bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Right. I'm off to go and sit in the corner in a fetal position and cry away my Saturday night. That'll just about do it, and I will see you next week for the Accrington game.